Welcome to our show, Dr. Stephen Greer, Guiding Peaceful Extraterrestrial Contact and Disclosure, Part 1 of 2. Dr. Stephen Greer is a globally renowned expert on unidentified flying objects, extraterrestrial or ET intelligence and technologies, and peaceful communication with extraterrestrial societies. He has authored 5 books and produced multiple feature film documentaries on ET phenomena, captivating the interest of people worldwide.
Once you conclude that they're real, and they're of interstellar origin, the next question is, what are we going to do about it?
In the 1990s, alongside his career as an emergency physician, Dr. Greer developed the Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, or CE-5, contact protocols, which are tools to empower humanity to engage in benevolent contact with advanced extraterrestrial citizens. During the same period, Dr. Greer founded the Disclosure Project to expose classified UFO information and advanced energy technologies. Let's discover how Dr. Greer's interest in UFOs and extraterrestrials began in his youth.
My mom's oldest brother worked on the lunar module, that first machine that landed on the moon in 1969. And when I was about 8 years old, I actually saw one of these extraterrestrial vehicles, broad daylight. This would have been about 1963 in North Carolina. And I was with my twin sister and some boys in the neighborhood. So it ignited a lifelong interest.
As a teenager, Dr. Greer developed a severe infection in his leg during a 400-mile bike ride. While lying in bed gravely ill, he lost consciousness and had a near-death experience which profoundly impacted his view of God, the afterlife, and our universe.
I died when I was 17, got very sick, had a near-death experience. Mm-hmm. I was raised an atheist, but then realized there is a soul, there is a God, and there is no death. It totally changed my life, the eternal perspective.
Yeah. What I learned was the entire cosmos is a conscious, unbounded field of perfect love and awareness and being. And everything, every atom, every photon is conscious. And in fact, it's consciousness itself. But at the core, all of it is pure, unbounded, conscious love. And that's a real realization.
After his near-death experience, Dr. Greer began practicing meditation to reconnect with this higher state of consciousness in his daily life. Then 1 year later, while meditating in the mountains of North Carolina, United States, Dr. Greer had another encounter with the same ET craft he saw as a child.
It was October of '73, and it was in the Southwest. I saw this same ship that I'd seen when I was 8 or 9. And I looked at it, and I felt this immediate connection to it and thought, oh, well, they're back. And it kind of just winked out again, vanished. So I sat and meditated there on the top of this mountain. When I finished, it had gotten dark. I had this really beautiful, deep meditation. At the end of it, I stood up and I looked at the sky, and a thought that wasn't my own entered me and said, behold what a beautiful universe God has made. As that thought ended, I went into exactly the same state of consciousness I was in when I had my near-death experience. Well, a few minutes later, I realized there was a glowing right below the crest of the mountain.
Dr. Greer then saw an extraterrestrial being approaching him.
And he came up to me and touched me on my right shoulder. And in an instant, went on board this craft. And what happened after that is sort of metaphysical in the sense that we seem to dematerialize and then appear out in space. And I was sitting with these other extraterrestrial beings in a meditative state. I was teaching them what it was like for a young man, to be in cosmic consciousness as a human. And then that's where we met. We met in that state of cosmic consciousness. And then we created what's known as the CE-5 protocols, the Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind protocols. That's where they came from. And basically I began to practice this ability with them to see them in the mind's eye and then vector them to a location and have an encounter. And they told me that at some point this would be very important to know how to teach other people.
Vegan, 'cause we practice what we preach.
For over 30 years, Dr. Stephen Greer has conducted the Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind event using the CE-5 protocols to invite peaceful correspondence between humans and extraterrestrial citizens.
This is when humans actually consciously take an overt step to invite communication and contact for a higher purpose, for the purpose of creating universal peace, peace on Earth and in space. We make contact with them and then invite them to interact with us. And when you see the photos and images of, which you can see in the film, of all the encounters we've had with these beings from other star systems who are traversing through other dimensions to get here.
Throughout the years, many mystifying and fascinating phenomena have occurred during CE-5 gatherings. In Florida, United States, two gorgeous golden orbs appeared in the night sky above the ocean.
Oh, whoa. Oh, here they come. There are two. Look at this, how gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
That is such a beautiful color. So you'll never forget that color. This is huge. Yeah, this is a major event.
In Arizona, United States, an extraterrestrial being appeared within the CE-5 contact group, which Dr. Greer calls the healer.
So it looks like a beak, and it's this round head, and you see the eye socket on the left. There's a light source that was not ours coming from his left, and sort of a feathery tunic. Now, this is about 3 feet from me. We call this ET the healer because he has appeared at other times, and the man right beside him had lost his hearing since he was in middle or high school. What's interesting is that he was healed of his hearing loss. By the next morning, he woke up totally fixed.
During an ET communication in Wiltshire, England, ETs formed a crop circle that inspired the CE-5 logo.
Later, Dr. Greer and his team went up to Woodborough Hill in Wiltshire, England. There, they visualized and thought a geometric pattern symbolizing the trilogy of components that make up the CE-5 protocols: thought, light, and sound. Immediately, this crop circle appeared in the field nearby.
In the same region, people from a nearby field came over to join CE-5 participants in meditation.
We were in this big meadow, and there were all these beautiful cows that were in the meadow, and they came around and made a circle around our circle, laid down, and then meditated with us. And we had these amazing contact experiences up on this hill with these cows who joined us in meditation. So when you go into deep meditation, even the grass and the trees and the animals join you in that state of consciousness.
Dr. Stephen Greer believes the extraterrestrials are presently here during this critical time to help protect Earth and encourage humanity to spiritually awaken so we can join our intergalactic family.
Well, the Earth is considered a very cherished place. They see the future of humanity as being very potentially beautiful. They know there's many aspects of humans that are very spiritual, beautiful, creative. And this planet is actually, what we call it, a destination planet. It's so unbelievably beautiful and diverse in life that it's much loved in the cosmos, much loved.
During a live video conference in 2008, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, highlighted that if humanity wants to unite with our cosmic brothers and sisters, then we must reconnect to our divine nature and live by the heavenly standard on Earth.
So they are waiting eagerly. They've been transmitting messages to us that we should develop more so that we can catch up with the whole galaxy system, and that they're always standing by to help us to elevate our level of spiritual understanding and mental capability as well as technology. But they have only been standing by because we are not ready. And they will not force their will upon us either. However, it's not difficult to change all this. It is easy. It is easy to bring our dream into reality. We will just have to return to our original loving self, because that's what we are. We are love. We are divine. We are compassion. We are all the best in the universe. It's just we forget. Whatever we imagine heaven should be, we must live it. Then the planet will be heaven.
Thank you, most compassionate Master, for your profound wisdom. May all of humanity turn to the compassionate vegan lifestyle, keep peace, and focus on spiritual upliftment so that we can reconnect with our friends and family amongst the stars. For more information on Dr. Stephen Greer, please visit www.drstephen.greer.com.
Vegans protected by heaven.